Alright people, so you want to build a brand new gaming PC for around $400 to $450 that will give you the greatest 1080p experience. I guess this is the video for you. If you're an entry-level gaming PC builder, I guess this will give you the really good performance you are gonna be looking for. So hey, if you like the video, press that like button. We're gonna make this short and sweet, and without wasting any more time, let's get to the benchmarks. First up, we got Call of Duty Warzone 2, and you'll find yourself hovering around 90 to 100 FPS. Keep in mind this is the brand new Vandal map. Next up, we got Cyberpunk 2077. When we gotta add this in, at 1080p ultra settings, you will have 60 frames per second, and you can add ray tracing, but you have to turn on FSR. Next up, we got the brand new game, which is Star Wars Jedi, I believe Survivor, and you'll find yourself around 60 FPS if you decide to play this game at 1080p low or medium with FSR turned on. And keep in mind this is a pretty demanding game, and also keep in mind this is a really bad port. Next up, we got The Last of Us 2. I don't know the settings that you'll be playing at, but you'll hit 60 FPS no problem. But again, this is a really bad port, and I really shouldn't bring that up as a game that we should benchmark, but yeah, it is what it is. The CPU, we're looking at something not so usual, but we're looking at the AMD Ryzen 5 4500 or the AMD Ryzen 3 4100. Both CPUs are based on the same architecture, which is Zen 2 or I believe Zen 3, basically the 3rd gen Ryzen CPUs. This is the same thing, you know, but different branding. The thing is, it's actually cheaper by like $10 or $15 cheaper, and if you decided to sacrifice the extra 2 cores for threads, you can go with the Ryzen 3 4100 for around $60. It will hold you fine. It's the same as something like an i3 10100F, but the bigger brother is something the same as the Ryzen 5 3600 and i3 12100F, but you're saving extra money, so you cannot go wrong with any of these CPUs in my opinion, but I would go with the 6 core CPUs anyways. The board, we're looking at the MSI A520M-A Pro or the ASRock A520M HDV. Both boards will provide really good performance. It will handle our PC just fine. You can upgrade all the way up to 5800X3D or the upcoming 5600X3D. We hope to see that happening, but yeah, you're gonna get good performance. For the RAM, we're looking at 16 gigs of DDR4 3200 MHz RAM, and I think 16 gigs is becoming a limitation now, but yeah, it is what it is. For under $30, you can get a really decent kit of RAM, and it will get the job done in terms of performance. And this is the first PC you can upgrade later down the line, and you have the upgrade pass. And the SSD, we're looking at 480GB SSD or 512GB SSD M.2 of course, so you're saving, you know, more space, and it will get the job done in my opinion. It's just more than fine. It's really good actually, and you really cannot go wrong for a budget PC. The GPU, we're looking at the RX 6600, and this is an 8GB GPU that's pretty power efficient. It goes for around, I believe, $180. You can actually save a ton of more money if you decided to go used. If you decided to go used, you'd go with something like the RX 5700, the old gen architecture GPU. Both GPUs actually perform the same, but the RX 5700 I believe consumes double the amount of wattage for around 200 watts, but it will get the job done. You'll not have any performance differences, but yeah, it's up to your personal preference if you want to go used or not. The case, we're looking at the Cooler Master Q300L. This budget case is actually back for around $50. It's a good time to get this case now before it goes out of stock, and I really like it. I have been using this case for around 3 years now in the PC builds. The only thing we have in our country is the Q500L, and it's pretty decent too. And the power supplies right now are not so good, but you can either go with a Thermaltake 500W 80+, and if you don't trust this power supply, there's the Epivia 600W gold rated. So yeah, that's been it. If you like the video, press that like button. If you want to see more with that, kind, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.